Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the heart of America and the newest edition of Dalescenter. I'm your host, Dale Tanhart. It's been a long few weeks since I've done Dalescenter from here. We got a clean slate on the wall of Dale, except for Daniel Hemrick. Welcome him to prison. It is now his cell. Truex got the ankle bracelet on. He's not out of the blue just yet. Out of the woods just yet, I should say. Daniel Hemrick has taken his spot in the cell because all we needed from him at, what track was that? Nashville. We had him for a top 5 and a top 3, and he went from 2nd to 8th in one lap at a track that's incredibly difficult to pass at. So there you go. Daniel Hemrick is now in prison. Welcome him. He just literally fucked us so hard a few weeks ago at Nashville Super Speedway, so it now belongs to him. Proud. Very, very proud. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a fun weekend of racing. You got Netflix at the British Grand Prix, and then you got trucks at Mid-Ohio, Xfinity at Atlanta, and then Cup at Atlanta under the lights on Saturday night with the Quaker State 400. Garage Guy Chase will be back again with his edition of Chase for the Cup here shortly. But before we get into it, you see it already on the bottom of your screen. I wanted to jump right into this. You see the truck lines for the O'Reilly Parts 150 at Mid-Ohio. Zane Smith is a heavy favorite. You're looking at plus 250, plus 225 just about everywhere. It sucks. I know. Finished second in this race last year in a big duel with Parker Kligerman and has been the head honcho of the road courses when we're talking about all the truck regulars. Hell, not even just the truck regulars. He's beaten Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain at COTA 2 years in a row. Alex Bowman was in it last year. Zane Smith has been the guy. Everybody's wondering, hey, do I bet on him? I don't know yet. I just think plus 220 is too high for someone who has been kind of disappointing in qualifying this year compared to what we would see last year. I don't know yet. I really don't know yet. That's really my biggest uncertainty right now is do I bet Zane Smith at 2.5 to 1 before we even have track time? It scares me. It scares me. It really does. And I think even worse, which, by the way, this chat box is way too small. We got to get you guys up there. Can you guys see this chat box okay, or is it blurry? Is it too small? Oh, I see. It's like covered up. Hold on a second. Yep, 1 second. Let's just move it right over here. Let's try that. Chat box got to be a little bit bigger. All right, I get it. But look, Zane Smith at 2.5 to 1 just scares the shit out of me. I don't know what, because every time I bet on Zane as a favorite, he never wins. And every time I don't bet on him, he just dominates the entire race. It's a really, really difficult relationship with Zane Smith. Sponsored by Tipico Sportsbook this week. Love that. A lot of good people over there doing a lot for the sport. Got a fun thing I posted on my Instagram story and on Twitter. You can win a piece of the truck if you make an account, make some deposits. Go read about it. Really cool deal. Trying to engage the fans more and more. But without further ado, let's talk about everybody in the chat. All you beautiful people that are here at this point in the evening. You're human, I'm Schumann. Hadn't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Reed, what's up, dude? Yeah, Chicago was awesome. It sucked at first, and then it was cool. Matty B, what's up, man? Trevor, already got the parlays. Look, it's a great parlay weekend. Jackpot is awaiting for everybody. Eckes top 5, Moffitt top 5, Eric Almirola top 3, 43 to 1. Damn, I like that too. That's a good parlay. I see why you sent that. Start us off with maybe the best parlay of the night. Make sure you resend it later in the program. Eric, what's up, my dude? Matthew Jones, Scott, B-Mac, Illuminoti on Twitter, not Threads. Did I post it on? No, I did not post it on Threads. I did not. You're right. This whole Threads thing is just, I mean, what are we doing? Is it going to make it? What I can't believe is when I went on there, I've got like 1,300 followers already. I don't even know how that's possible. Can you get on Threads on your computer? I just want to see. Can you get on Threads on your computer? No. Looks like it's just an app. Only on your phone. Like, now I'm seeing that Twitter is suing Threads. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Is this a continued Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg deal? It's just, I don't need another social media app. I don't. It's tiring. I'm already tired of everything that I do on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. God, I'm getting old and fat and tired and hating the world. That's where I'm at right now. Just because of Threads, right? I was a positive person until I saw that Threads was coming out. I was like, I have to do this. I have to do it. Seems like everybody's doing it. Greg. Yeah, what's up, Greg? Just because it copied IG. Oh, talking about the followers, yeah. Need to take it to the ring. Settle the beef. Don't get on Threads. Data harvesting. Yes, Scott, I saw your DM. I gotta. So here's how the Hooters stuff works, right? And I've got the hero cards from a few weeks ago that have not been sent out apparently. So I gotta round up like 26 addresses from the past like 3 weeks and just ship them to the team, and then they take care of it. So I've seen the DMs, right, Scott? But I want to take care of it all at one time, all at once. I'm going to get all the names, put them all down, send them away, and then everything will be sent out. So, sorry for the delay there. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring you guys if you've DM'd me. I just want to do it all at once and make sure it's all sent away. Does that make sense? Because once you get back from the racetrack, like for me getting back from Chicago, I drove back 15 hours. Then you have the 4th of July. Then Wednesday's it feels like you're still hungover. And then Thursday is like the first day to get back to work, it almost feels like. So that's how this has been. What's up, Shake These? Threads is Twitter except link to everything installed on your CPU. Ultimate spyware. What? See, this is another reason. I can't, I'm on TikTok a lot. I can't stand all the chatter about the spy shit. Like, they're taking all your information. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. And now Threads, apparently. Same shit. It's all spying on you. They're spying on me right now. My phone is listening to everything I say. I guarantee it. That's just what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I don't have to be on Twitter or Threads or TikTok. They're hearing me. No matter what. If my phone is within 10 yards of me, they hear me. That's what I'm thinking. All right, that's enough rant. Missed the pod. You know what? And I missed the podcast because I was driving back from Hattiesburg, or getting ready to drive back from Hattiesburg, and I had a flat tire. So that was cool. Right after the 4th of July, early in the morning. Couldn't make the pod, so I was really upset about that. I don't know what Chase said, but that's what happened. But I definitely had some strong thoughts about SVG. Everything that happened in Chicago, all good stuff. But you're going to have to hear it somewhere else. I'm probably, after this stream, going to go straight to kick.com and TikTok and stream iRacing at Atlanta. Got to get some mini super speedway wins. Got to get some practice. Got to feel the winning energy and able to correlate it to my bets throughout the weekend. So we're going to do that next after Dalescenter. But we've been shooting the shit long enough. Let's talk about the odds. Zane Smith is a 2.5 to 1 favorite. Then you got Hocevar, that's plus 450. And then there's everybody else. I think Corey Heim at plus 700 looks like is the guy I've seen the most movement out of on most sports books. Barstool is he's still sitting there at 7 to 1. Barstool Sportsbook still sitting at 7 to 1. Other books, I think Caesars, he's been hammered down to plus 450. Other books plus 600, plus 650. Barstool, Corey Heim, still sitting at plus 700. Worth a look. Ben Rhodes, Christian Eckes, 11 to 1, 13 to 1. Tyler Ankrum at 18 to 1. Someone I was kind of excited to look at. One of my sleeper bets. The books have actually done a little bit of research on his past history at road courses where he's been pretty damn good. And they put him at 18 to 1. I was kind of expecting him to open at 30 to 1, maybe 40 to 1. But it looks like they took notice. He finished 4th at COTA a few months ago. they're paying attention a little bit more to trucks compared to what they used to. Nick Sanchez, 18-1. He's flirting around 15-1 to 20-1 on most books. Guy I got my eye on. Look, we got a lot of new guys in. William Sawalich. I can't even remember if that's how you pronounce his last name. I don't watch enough ARCA. I see the highlights. But William Sawalich, 30-1. He's in the Tricon truck. Connor Daly back in the truck series at 33-1 in the Nice truck. Great to see my boy Connor Daly back in a stock car or a stock truck. But the guy I got my eye on is Matt DiBenedetto. I know it hasn't been great for Matty D. He's been disappointing on the road courses from what we were used to in his time during the Cup Series when he raced for Joe Gibbs in the Xfinity Series. Basically dominated this one race, gave it up at the end. I know Matty D is a good road course racer. He is. But he's been struck not just with some mediocre performance, but with a lot of gremlins, like mechanical gremlins that have happened at COTA and a couple other places. But I think if they bring him a good race truck, Matty D at 33-1 is worth something. A couple other books looking at 25-1, 20-1 on Matt DiBenedetto, 33-1 on Barstool Sportsbook. I think my second sleeper, my first sleeper is Tyler Ankrum, and he's not so much of a sleeper. You can get Ankrum at 20-1 on DraftKings. That's the best price I've seen. I don't know about you guys. But looking at Tyler Ankrum, we know the resume is good for him. Matt DiBenedetto, we know he does have a good resume before he hopped into the Truck Series on left and right turn courses. Maybe with the speed that we've seen out of GMS recently, with Enfinger and Raja Caruth, the 25 car is essentially a GMS satellite. And they have had speed, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen Raja Caruth could have won that race at Nashville a few weeks ago had he not, what was it, a fuel pump issue? That was crazy. He was battling for the lead, one of the fastest trucks. We've seen Grant Enfinger be super, super fast. Won the mile-and-a-half race at, where was that, Kansas a few weeks ago? Remind me what track that was. But the point is, the program is better than it's been since like Sheldon Creed was there for GMS, and we know Matty D has that equipment. So give me Matty D, 33-1. Matt DiBenedetto is worth a shot. If he goes out there, he nails qualifying. One key to remember, guys, Mid-Ohio controlled pit stops. Matt DiBenedetto, over the past couple years, has had some of the worst pit stops in the entire series. Has had his races killed by pit stops. You cannot lose positions from pit stops. There's no competitive pit stops. If everybody pits, they all come out the same way. That is important for some underdog guys like Matt DiBenedetto. It was huge for Parker Kligerman last year when he won his race at Mid-Ohio because he was in the lead all day. And he did fight with Zane. Zane got him a couple times. He got him back. But he was unable to fall back in the pack because he didn't have to worry about his pit crew letting him down, which was huge and is very important if you want to look at some underdog guys. So Matt DiBenedetto, I think that is totally in consideration for grabbing a 30-1, 33-1 play on a guy that we know has been good at road courses in the past. So there you go. I usually don't bet on Matty D. You guys follow my truck card. I rarely bet on Matt DiBenedetto because I hate his pit crew. I hate the mechanical gremlins. But you got to acknowledge, he's got 4 straight top 10s. I am a believer in momentum. And now if I'm Matty D, if I'm feeling a little bit of confidence, I'm looking at this racetrack as an opportunity to show my driver skill once again and bring it back to victory lane, at least run in the top 5, right? So I'm keeping an eye on Matty D. I'm already seeing some chatter. Oh, I want to read some of this. I like Colby Howard top 5 as a long shot. Eckes to win. You know, I don't hate the Eckes 13-1. I don't hate it. Derek Krause had some good trucks in the 19. Speaking of mechanical gremlins, and I'm talking about Derek Krause on the road course, would flirt around the top 5, top 10. We've seen that Eckes is a better talent, at least at this point. Eckes had a good truck at COTA, and he broke down. I mean, I don't know what happened, because I was in the stands watching him just, all the cars are coming by, like, boom, 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 and then you hear Eckes just like, dum, 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 like he was fucked up. I don't know what happened. And I was pissed, because he sat on pit road for like 80 laps. Anyway, before that happened, Eckes had a decent truck, right? He had a good race truck, and he's kind of surprised us everywhere. Daytona win, or Atlanta win, Darlington win. Did he win somewhere else? Or no, he ran second at Gateway. Oh, the Enfinger Gateway win was what I was thinking of. No, Enfinger's won a few times this year. He won at St. Louis, and he won at a mile and a half, and I think it was Kansas, which was a great race. But Marco Andretti and the number 7 truck. Look, I've doubted this man before. Fun fact. Marco Andretti is the only person I know that has me blocked on Twitter. Only person I know that has me blocked on Twitter. And I figured out why. Whenever they announce, and honestly, dude, I totally ate my words on this. Totally ate my words. And I'm not someone who usually chirps, but this was like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm not someone who usually chirps drivers, right? Like, I'm not that person. I have fun on Twitter. But whenever they announced he was in the Superstar Racing Experience, the SRX series, I commented below the announcement and said, quote-unquote, superstar. And then he blocked me. And then he went on a couple years later to win the SRX championship, which, ate my words. Now he's in NASCAR in the Truck Series driving the number 7 truck with a new sponsor. We know it's probably going to be fast. I'm still worried about the Marco Andretti transition into a race truck. Look, the SVG effect is going to take control over people. I feel like everybody, from a betting standpoint, is going to say, oh, well, SVG did it. Marco's been in the IndyCar series forever. He won the SRX championship. He can make it too. I'm not saying he can't, but usually, 99.9% of the time, when you hop in a stock car or a truck, you struggle at first, right? That's why what SVG did is unbelievable, right? Because guys like Marcus Ambrose and Robbie Gordon and Boris Said, Ron Fellows, these guys had much more work in the Xfinity series or the Busch series before they were competitive in Cup. And SVG just hopped in a Cup car and won the motherfucker. That is insane, and it never happens. It is so rare that happened, and it speaks to how talented this dude is. He could be Marcus Ambrose 2.0, and the 2.0 probably is just because if he gets into NASCAR, he's going to have a better ride than what Ambrose had driving for Richard Petty Motorsports for 4 or 5 years. So, talking about Marco Andretti, I just don't, I'll take my chances that the transition is going to be difficult for Marco, right? I'll take my chances there. I'm not going to be on Andretti. I think he's going to struggle. Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself again. He's got me blocked on Twitter. Won an SRX championship. Resume's not bad. But I'm not riding with it. My final sleeper, though, I'll read some of the chat. I'll read some of the chat before I get into my last sleeper. Shake Thee says, calling it out, Earnhardt, 250 to 1, throw 10 on it and thank me later. I love Earnhardt. I love him. He has had some borderline top 5 runs at super speedways with this team and has been kind of fucked out of them with getting into the wall, getting hit by somebody else. I like Earnhardt, 18 to 1 for a top 5. I've already looked at it. I've thought about it. Not a bad play. Jeffrey Earnhardt, top 5, 18 to 1. Root for chaos, and I think we'll get it. Bet365 has Taylor Gray. Is that plus 15,000, Alec? Oh, my God. Yeah, you got to do that. 100%. Look, Taylor Gray, I'm not so high on him on left and right turns at this point, but, he's in a good truck. Is that plus 15,000? Is that 1,500 to 1? That's insane. Yeah, that's got to be a mistake. Do you believe in aliens? Let's get real deep before we try and make excuses not to get on Zane Smith. Man, I don't... Zane's the one thing that is bothering me the most out of all the lines I've looked at heading into the weekend. But I think we have to take the risk and not do it. Because if he doesn't get the pole, his line isn't going to move that much, I think. Well, if he gets the pole, I don't think we see below plus 200. But even shittier, I think if he qualifies like 10th, the books are going to be like, well, he qualified 12th last year and just mowed his way through the field, so they're not going to give us a great price. My biggest fear is that Hocevar gets the pole because I've been thinking about Hocevar too, and then I saw the lines open up. And I was hoping I could get Carson around 6-1, 7-1. And Carson's one of those guys. I said whenever he got that first win, he was going to start ripping them off. And, man, he's got real potential to start getting hot and winning at all sorts of different kinds of racetracks. So I'm worried that Carson gets the pole, Zane qualifies like 5th, because then we're going to see both of them at like plus 250, plus 300. That would suck. That is what we do not want to happen. Atlanta has been brutal to my SR this week. All right, I've done one race. Wednesday night, I raced the NIS, like the 150-lap race. I was involved in like 4 accidents. Still at the very end, came all the way back with a broken, my wheel was like this, and I was driving straight after the last wreck I was in. And I still finished 8th. Came all the way back, finished 8th. So I was happy with that. But I'm going to get on there tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Love Tyler. Matty D talked about it in the Discord. Hell yeah. Hey, link to the Discord in the description below. Don't miss out. Kansas and St. Louis. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you, Matt. Forgot about trucks. Was at Mid-Ohio and not Atlanta. Got to find a better parlay. He's going to win a real race this year because we all know Brett Holmes won that race at Dega. Dude, Charles, you're right. Brett Holmes won that motherfucking race. But I was not complaining. I acknowledge, I was like, Brett Holmes should have won that race. NASCAR threw a yellow like a testicle hair before the finish line where Brett Holmes passed DiBenedetto. But if you know about Matt DiBenedetto's bad luck, the gods owed him one, and we know that to be true. The gods owed Matty D a win. He finally got it. SVG, not our average driver. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt. What's up, Nako, man? Chris? People got to remember how much similar Supercars is to Cup than anything else. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Especially more than ever, right? Like, we literally modeled part of the Gen 7 race car off of what Supercars have, off of some of their characteristics. So now, that's why this win is so huge, because now you've got potential for even more interest out of their series. Like, their top guys. You got Scott McLaughlin, who there's got to be a door opening up somewhere with him, you would think. We got to expand this Cup field back to 43 drivers, because it could get real interesting if some wealthy people come over from Supercars with talented drivers and start getting some action in NASCAR. And I think it would be great for the sport, not just from a national standpoint, but from a global standpoint. It would be huge. And all you got to do is look at ratings. Ratings were unbelievable for an NBC race in July. A huge dub all around. Reed says, I talked to Busher and Brad K in the hotel after the race, and if they use clutch for rev matching downshifts, and they said no. I told them SVG did, and they both looked surprised. I figured they would have known that. They had to have known that before the race. I feel like everybody knew that. Trevor, all right, if you're on Bet365, they're making all sorts of errors. 365 has Taylor Gray 151 for a top 5? Holy shit, dude. That's insane. If you're on Bet365, I don't have access, but if you guys do, I'd go hit that for $1, $2, $3, $4, $6. Something small. That's crazy. Shake These already has a parlay. Eckes over Rhodes, Earnhardt top 3, LaJoy top 3. $100. $100 bet would win you $100,000 if that parlay hit. Crazy. Thoughts on Andretti buying Spire rumors? Man. Look, Andretti's trying to do something. We know. Formula One, all the Netflix elitist pussies are not letting Andretti get through for no apparent logical reason. They can have their Netflix series. We have real racing, and we all know this. They have Netflix. We have actual motorsports here. So that'd be cool. Spire has, as a business, Spire's played this all pretty smart. Spire is going to make a shit ton of money off of this. I think one day they are going to sell that charter anyway to someone who could come in and be more competitive. Talking about Andretti, talking about maybe some people that come over because of the SVG thing, right? Like, eventually they do need to sell if they're not going to do anything. Like, obviously Corey's team has gotten better, but that 77 car, like, it's not just Ty Dillon. The car is bad. They don't have the resources that the 7 car has. So I feel like if you're not going to go 100% with both of your teams, both of your operations, sell it out. Sell it to someone else. Sell it to someone who can make it a powerhouse, right? Trackhouse is the best model, the best example for new teams to come into NASCAR and make legitimate change happen. All right. You guys have seen trucks. We've been on trucks for a good 30 minutes. So now let's get into the Xfinity Series lines. Oh, that is not Xfinity. Hold on a second. Where are my Xfinity lines? Okay, here we go. It's all right. Everything's going to be a little messed up. It's all good. Xfinity, you see on the bottom of your screen, what is this race called? I don't even remember what this race is called. What is it called? It's not the Quaker State 400. It's not the O'Reilly 150. It is the Alsco Uniforms 250. That's what it is. Austin Hill. Now we have the debate. We already talked about Zane. Do we bet on Austin Hill, the super speedway god of NASCAR right now? I'm going to say no. The racing is too perilous to bet on him again. There's just no way he can go 3 in a row. There's no way. No way. I was hoping to get Sheldon Creed. Knowing Ty Gibbs in this race, I was hoping the books would have Sheldon around 10-1. They're just itching, man. They're just itching for Sheldon to get that first win, man. They really are. They're itching like we are. But look, I wish they had stage bets in Xfinity because I would 100 million bajillion% bet on Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill to win stages because they usually command the show. But I can't do Austin Hill. I know Garage Guy Tony has a smart philosophy. I'll give him some credit here. Garage Guy Tony says he doesn't care what the price is for Austin Hill. He will bet on him on every single super speedway we go to. He's already made a good profit just on that strategy, right? And he's probably going to do it again. Plus 325. He has become the Pied Piper. We've seen this. But I can't pull I just can't. I mean, plus 300 is crazy for this type of racing. Your luck eventually runs out. We've seen it time and time again with driver like Justin Haley was dominant. Every time he's racing the Xfinity Series, ever since he went to Cup, just hasn't done much, right? He was so dominant when he was full-time. Dale Jr. was on a pace to win like 20 races at Talladega. He fell off. Everybody falls off. The luck runs out. I think that's where we're at with Austin Hill. You can't do it again. But I love the board when we're talking about other guys. Like, you've got so many hungry drivers trying to get their first win. All these guys trying to get that first career win are just gnawing at the bit looking at this race as a massive opportunity. And that includes guys like Riley Herbst, Parker Kligerman, who was so dominant here in the spring. What did he finish second? Finish second or third? Love Kligerman. I think Kligerman is going to win this race. Sam Mayer also sitting there, 20-1, 22-1. A guy that has been this close to winning a super speedway race already in his young career. I love these guys. Anthony Alfredo, I think he's a little expensive on the 25-1 because he struggled this year. But looking at these, I think these underdog guys are going to be racing towards the front all night long. And then, of course, Brett Moffitt. And if you bet on Brett Moffitt for a top 5 last week, congratulations. Because it was the one fucking week that I did not. You guys know how often I'm betting on Brett Moffitt for a top 5. And, of course, this was the one time that I did. And he got the top 5. That was a horse shit race. That was a horse shit race, and we all know it. We all know it. I'm not even counting it, I'll be honest with you. I'm not even counting my units. It's not going to count. Not happening. Because it was a horse shit race. But you see the odds. All odds courtesy of Barstool Sportsbook. I've got a good combination of a play in top plays later in the program that I really, really like involving some of these guys that I just talked about. I think the big thing here is, do you bet on Ty Gibbs 8-1, 9-1? Like, you got to feel like Ty Gibbs jumping down, who has won this race before, won this race last year actually in the Xfinity Series. Do you feel like that's a pretty good bargain? Might be. I feel like, though, these races most of the time are going to be won by Chevy. Chevy's just got the numbers. I think they've got more. They've just got numbers. That's it. They've got bigger numbers. They've got more drivers. That's why you look at Daytona, Talladega, historically, especially Daytona, Chevy motherfucking dominates super speedway racing in the Xfinity Series. They've got the horses and they've got the numbers to back it up. Ford's got 2 drivers that are competitive. Toyota's got Gibbs. And Sam Hunt Racing is not there yet. Strength and numbers is important. That makes me not want to bet on any of the Toyota guys. All right. Parker Retzlaff, Brett Moffitt. You guys got to realize I'm not in tune with the Discord anymore. Like, I check it when I can, but I rarely see messages because when I get on, like 800 messages happen in like 2 hours in the NASCAR chat. And I'm just not going to scroll through those. Just beware, Bet365 has been known to void bets that are mistakes or mispriced. Ooh, damn. Well, I mean, worst case scenario, they void it. So, you got to try it, right? You got to try it. Apparently, the owner of Spire is already a part owner of Andretti. Gainbridge, is one of Andretti's biggest sponsor, and it was a sponsorship partnership that was just announced, not just a few races. Yeah, I saw that with Corey LaJoie, right? And Gainbridge has already been in NASCAR in the Truck Series with Nick Sanchez. They've already had some kind of affiliation within the sport. So, did you tag me on Brett Moffitt? Damn. If you tag me. Fuck, whatever. It's just a horseshit race. It shouldn't even count. The race did not go halfway, but rules are rules, and basically the rules allow them to grade how they wanted to. But yeah, you'll see in top play is what I like primarily for the Xfinity Series, and it will be courtesy of Barstool Sports. The one thing I didn't talk about, real quick, I'm going to go back to trucks. Real quick. I got so caught up talking to you guys. It's a lot of fun talking to you guys. Look, we have great conversations here in Dalescenter. We know this. It's not always betting. Primarily betting, yes, but sometimes, hey, we just want to talk about NASCAR. About a bunch of cool shit that's popping. My third sleeper that I did not say, and I don't know if I have no clue if anybody's talked about this, but I'm going to keep an eye on Will Rogers this weekend in the Truck Series in Mid-Ohio. He's in that O2 truck that is very capable of being a ball sack and exploding, 10 laps into the race, but has also been piloted to top 5s and top 10s when Kaz Grala was behind the wheel. If you remember Will Rogers, he's the guy that gave Kevin Harvick a run for his money in a K&N race at Watkins Glen 5 or 6 years ago. It was a big story. I don't know what's happened with Will. It's probably funding, but this kid has been a pretty solid road course racer. If this truck has enough funding to run competitively, you don't have to worry about the pit stops. He's 200-1 for a top 3. He's like 50-1 or 40-1 for a top 5. Will Rogers is my third sleeper for the race at Mid-Ohio. I mean, I'm talking low amounts of money, obviously. But just keep an eye. I've got that feeling that Will Rogers could be a guy that could flirt with the top 10 this weekend. And if chaos happens, you never know. So I don't know if you guys have talked about that, but keep an eye on Will Rogers in the Truck Series. All right, talked about Xfinity. Let's get to it. The NASCAR Cup Series Quaker State 400 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The mini, or did I say Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's a mini super speedway. Good job, guys. Run the track. Chase Elliott is the favorite on Barstool Sportsbook at 10-1. Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano all sitting at 12-1. Denny Hamlin, Brad Kay at 13-1. We've seen a little bit of movement from Brad. I think somewhere he opened 16-1, and then it was gone just like that. I got 14 to 1 over on DraftKings Sportsbook. You can still get 14 to 1 on Brad K as of about an hour ago on Caesars. Fine with 13 to 1. Brad K is going to be tough to beat. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I think Brad K, after giving up that race to Joey Logano, fucking pain, because I had Brad K at 20 to 1. After giving that race up to Joey Logano in the spring, he's back for a vengeance. Brad K is going to get a dub, and it's going to be soon. And it's going to be here or Daytona. Hell, he may come up and surprise somebody. His gambling on strategy may pay off at one of these cookie-cutter racetracks. But in all likelihood, the win is going to come here or it's going to come at Daytona for Brad K. Watch out. I still love Brad K if you can get 13 to 1, but I think still available at 14 to 1 over on Caesars. Going down this list, it's if you follow me on Action, you've seen my bets, and it's probably going to be all my outrights. I don't know unless something sticks out in qualifying, I might add one more outright. This is that one race where you can put a lot of money on 7-8 guys, and if one wins, you're going to have a massive weekend, right? So I've already done that with 5 or 6 guys. If you follow me on Action Network, hit the link below in the description. Takes you to my bets. You will see them. And we hadn't had a lot of line movement. I do want someone to check on what Bubba Wallace is over on DraftKings or FanDuel, because I got him at 25 to 1, looking at 22 to 1. I don't understand this price. He was a half lap away from winning at Talladega. More often than not, it seems like he finds himself at the front in these super speedway races. I love Bubba Wallace at 25 to 1. Hell, 22 to 1 is okay, but if you can find 25 to 1, take that. Bubba Wallace is one of the best super speedway racers in the field. He's got the 4th highest average finish out of all active super speedway racers over the last 5 to 7 races. A minimum of 5 to 7 races in the sample. He's in the top 5. He's constantly leading laps. He's running up front. I don't get the pricing here. It's good though. It's good for us. I think Bubba Wallace is going to be a factor. He's going to be up front. He's on that playoff bubble. Got to expect him to be aggressive and go lead laps, especially after Atlanta in the spring where he crashed early. He crashed on lap 8, killed his race, crashed by himself. It was crazy. I don't expect that again. And then Dega, leading in the last lap, made one bad block, killed it. This is Bubba Wallace's bread and butter, super speedway racing. So I'm surprised to see him not around 14 to 1, 16 to 1. But it's a gift for us. I think he's going to be a factor. Take the 22 to 1, take the 25 to 1 on Bubba Wallace. I think it's a great play. Going down this list, I think you got to keep an eye on Austin Cindric. I haven't bet on Cindric, but when I was looking at the data, Cindric's one of these guys that also at super speedways has been racing up front, getting pretty good finishes. First and second at Daytona last year, was competitive at Atlanta early this year, winning a stage, running up front with Logano and Blaney and Brad K. Austin Cindric has a very strong average on super speedway races dating back to same sample, last 5 to 7 races. So, sneaky play. Keep an eye on Austin Cindric. I'm thinking about something involving him. I think you can get a 10 to 1 or an 11 to 1 play on top Ford for Cindric. That might be worth something. Because Penske's going to be good in qualifying. They're probably going to qualify up front, lead laps, win stages. Remember, Penske, the stage chasers, right? Penske Racing is the stage chasers. Watch out for Cindric to win a stage, Blaney to win a stage, and Logano to win a stage. I don't want to bet on Joey Logano. I'll go ahead and tell you that. Don't want to do it. Fuck him. Going down this list, I've had questions about Corey LaJoie, 35 to 1. Look, LaJoie's been good, man. I mean, he has figured last 2 Atlanta races has run up in the top 5. This is a track for him where he looks at as a huge opportunity to get a win. Man, I got the worst, I don't know what this is. It's what happens when I talk a shit ton. But Corey LaJoie, I'd hope I could get it 35 to 1, 40 to 1. What I'm going to anticipate is that they're not going to qualify super well. feel like if they don't practice, don't qualify super well, you might be able to get a better price on Corey LaJoie. Maybe 40 to 1, 45 to 1. But I'm not sure. Maybe once again, split the race into mini races. Take top Chevy, right? Maybe that's an option. But I know somebody asked about Corey LaJoie top 5, like plus 380. The books have pretty well saturated our top 5s and our top 10s this weekend. The only top 5 I like, Justin Haley was at 9 to 1 on BetMGM. For reference, he was like plus 550 on DraftKings. Like, there's a pretty big discrepancy there. That line on BetMGM may not make it. And I already posted that on Action Network as well. So, I think our top 5s and our top 10s have kind of been saturated a little bit because it is a super speedway style race. I'm not sure what I like on that front other than my Justin Haley top 5 bet at 9 to 1. And sitting here as well on the outright side of things, 50 to 1 for Justin Haley. Once again, every super speedway weekend I preach about Justin Haley. I think he's one of the best drafting talents in the field. Remember, at Atlanta in the spring, the guy was running in the top 5. And when Eric Almirola spun, he collected Justin Haley and ruined his day. The guy finishes races most of the time. And even in that race, I think he finished. I think he finished in the top 15, top 20 with a beat-up race car. But the guy somehow finds himself in good situations. He is a force at this type of racetrack that we're waiting to see happen. We've seen it in the Xfinity Series. We've seen several good top 15, top 10 runs. I'm ready for Justin Haley to take the next step. Got to have a lot of confidence after running P2 last week at the Chicago Street Course. I'm sure no one fucking saw that coming. He deserves so much credit for that. But now we come to a track that is his bread and butter, similar to Bubba Wallace. Justin Haley is the best. Once again, I'll bet him every single super speedway race until he's not racing anymore. Or unless he's in like the 78 car or like a Rick Ware car. But Justin Haley, 50 to 1. Play it. Put $5 on it. It is a great bet. Take the top 5. 9 to 1. I'm telling you guys right now, if he doesn't get involved in a big wreck, Justin Haley will be there at the end. Book it. All right. Trying to think of what else. I bet on Chase Elliott. I bet on Ryan Blaney. Already talked about Brad Kay. I bet on Justin Haley, Bubba Wallace. I think those are my 5 guys that I bet. And I've already got a lot down. There's not going to be a lot of data gained or lost after practice and qualifying, I think, because of the style of racing that we're at. Expect the Fords to be good, though, right? I think having multiple Fords in your betting card may not be a bad idea if you go back and watch how good they were in the spring. All right, read some chat here, and then we'll get to Chase for the Cup. Gralla has DNF'd every super speedway race this year. Not on Gralla, but that's Tony Jr. I appreciate that. That's good information when you look at, some people may say, oh, Gralla, 100 to 1. That kind of sticks out. Well, he hadn't been able to finish a race, right? 365 is the least favorable to bettors. They're European and love the soft book model. Good to know, Greg. Where's the best place for me to message? Yeah, hey, look, I talked about this earlier. I've seen the message already. I'm getting all the data compiled, Miss Taco Todd, and it'll be sent out soon, okay? Giveaways will be sent out soon. I just like to collect it all, send it all at once, but I have seen your DM. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just putting it all together all at once tomorrow morning. Greg, oh yeah, watch out. DailyDownforce.com. Greg Mathern's going to have a piece out about the grading, about... I'm guessing you're referring to what happened in Chicago and like how to take it to, how to look forward with whatever they did, which I think is horse shit, but that's good to know. Greg's always helping us out. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, wait. It's NASCAR betting titan Greg Mathern. He's always here to help. LaJoie plus 380 top 5. Andrew B., that was the one. I just don't think it's enough. I think it's too expensive. I think plus 380 is too expensive. Like, I think Justin Haley is a better super speedway racer than Corey LaJoie. And I got him at 9 to 1. That's crazy. Will Rogers plus 15,000 for a top 5 on Bet365. Love that bet. Because I think Caesars has like 35 to 1. And that's all I've seen. Feeling good about Daniel Suarez, top 10 plus 250 on Betway. Yeah, Suarez just does not have the super speedway luck, man. Anytime he finds himself in a good spot, like I remember Daytona 2021 where he wrecked on that last lap that Blaney won. Just feel like that always happens to Suarez. Ride the Trackhouse momentum. Yeah, look, Chastain wins Nashville. The third car entry wins last week. Danny Suarez. I don't hate the narrative. Gonna miss the community parlay. Eckes top 5, Moffitt top 5, Eric Almirola top 3. Trevor, that's a great parlay, and it will be in consideration for the Dalescenter community parlay. Hammer Brad K already did it. Got a unit down, baby. Got one bill on Brad K. Tony Jr. Truex has finished on the lead lap in every super speedway race the past 2 years. No DNFs. That's a good stat. Love that. Earlier this week, got him on Caesars Bubba all day. Let's go. Hell yeah. Ace, going to Atlanta. Hey, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Daniel Suarez did finish 4th and 6th last year. Yeah, that's good to know. Hey, Garage Guys NASCAR podcast. Don't forget, merch. The link has been sent below in the chat. Merch is available now. We just got the stickers. Little Garage Guys stickers. Slap them on your cooler. Slap them on any of your little decoratives you got in your house. $5 for a little sticker. They look great. And then, of course, you can get the rope hat. You can get the t-shirt. All the other fantastic merch over on dailydownforce.com. Link is available right there in your face in the chat. I think that's a good segue into the newest edition of Chase for the Cup, previewing Atlanta.
Hello and welcome to Chase for the Cup. I'm Chase Holden. Here on Dalescenter, we chase cups. On this segment, those cups have money in them. I don't do qualifying betting anymore. It's suckers and chumps. Not my style. I'm over that. But the Dalescenter exclusives for Chase for the Cup this week will be Quinella bets on Caesars. So prepare for that. I've got a couple that I actually like and that I'm going to bet on. I never bet on these. I'm excited about it this week, and I feel like since I'm not doing qualifying anymore, I'm about to start getting real ballsy and just go for the 1-2 punch at these super speedways because these odds look pretty tasty. But to start off, I'll just go ahead and give you a rundown of who I am on. I have already set a record 4 outrights this week for Atlanta. Practice and qualifying, I could give a shit about it. I don't care. This is Magic Fun Time Week. Grab your crystal balls, do some meditation, think about a driver that you think can see air, and hope for the fucking best because that's Atlanta and that's the world that we live in. Obviously, Corey LaJoie is one guy that I'm going to be taking. I got him at 35-1 this week. I think that with what we have seen over the last few races with him in the Spire car at this track, that it's kind of just a no-brainer at this point, right? It's just something that you feel like could happen. And what better of a feel-good story would there be than Corey LaJoie getting into the playoffs and getting the first win of his NASCAR Cup Series career? I think we all want to see that. Let's all root for that a little bit. Shout out to Corey. The other bet that I have that's a stupid, crazy long shot is Noah Gragson, 66-1 to win this race. He finished 12th here in the spring, and it is a super speedway machine. And those things just kind of work on their own terms. Noah, he gets along with things that don't really care about rules. He just looks like a habitual breaker of air. So if air has rules, Noah's going to break it. And him and Ty Gibbs both had some decent showings at Talladega earlier this year. But for Atlanta, I feel comfortable putting a little bit of change on this. Nothing major. It's 66-1. Go very light on the outright. However, I have logged a top 10 for Noah Gragson at 3-1. And I feel very strongly that we are going to see him get that. He's due for some good luck. I think right now is the time to do it. I've got a unit down on that top 10 to win 3 units for Noah Gragson top 10. Other outrights that I have added for the Quaker State 400 available at Walmart. Tyler Reddick, 25-1. Put a half a unit on it. Tyler Reddick finished 5th here last year. I like what Red Dog's cooking. Also, don't forget, Red Dog could have low-key pooped his pants last time we were in Atlanta. He had a stomach bug, okay? Any man that can battle diarrhea on a racetrack and still finish 5th, that's my kind of guy. That's a guy with grit. That's a guy that don't slow down when it's time to hit the toilet, all right? That's the kind of guy you want in your corner. I don't think he's going to have stomach trouble this time. I feel like he's going to have a great day, and I think a Toyota wins this race. I'm just going to say that now. I think a Toyota wins this race. Toyota, Red Dog, Tyler Reddick, Tyler Toyota. I like the play. 25-1. You can grab that over on Barstool. My last outright that I'm going to be talking about on here is another Toyota, and it's a man that I think it's about time the Super Speedway win comes to him. It's been a minute. I got a unit on the play to win 14 units. Denny Hamlin, 14-1. He's back in the Coca-Cola car. It was inevitable. I had to bet on it. Big vibes. Big cola boy. You already know what I'm going to do when I see that red and silver machine coming down a racetrack. It's sex on a race car. Let's be honest. Coke does a great job. I still like Pepsi way better, but Coke's doing pretty good for Denny. So Denny, 14-1. So that's my outrights. Again, just to recap, Denny Hamlin, 14-1. Corey LaJoie, 35-1. Tyler Reddick, 25-1. Noah Gragson, 66-1. And Noah Gragson, top 10 at 3-1 are the bets that I'm giving you here on Dalescenter. But wait, there's more. It's time for Dalescenter Exclusives. So this week on Dalescenter Exclusives, I'm going to give you 3 bets on Caesar Sportsbook that are quinella bets. If you're not familiar with what a quinella bet is, don't be worried. I just want to let you know that it's not something you buy at a bakery, it's not a sandwich, and it's not a pastry. These are the types of bets that you can find when you scroll down in the gutters of Caesars on the auto tab. You'll see exacta, which is the driver that's going to finish first, and the driver that's going to finish second exactly. And then you're also going to see quinella, which is a grouping of 2 drivers, and whether each of them finishes first or second, if they both come in the first or second places, the bet will cash. I like those because you can flip-flop a little bit, and you can really kind of extend the range a little bit on some of the plays that you have. So an obvious first one, if you remember my outrights, they have Denny Hamlin and Red Dog at plus 8,000. So 80-1 for Denny and Tyler to both finish this race either in the first or second position. I'm going to be putting a little bit of money down on that. I also like Tyler Reddick and Chris Bell 100-1. So these 2 drivers finish in the first or second place. It doesn't matter which one finishes where. That happens. 100-1 bet cashes. Okay, little bit of sprinkle on that one. The last quinella bet that I'm going to give you for the Dalescenter Exclusives this week, I'm going with, and yes, each of these have Tyler Reddick in them. I am that confident about Tyler Reddick this week in Atlanta. Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, 70-1. Kyle Busch, it really got my attention when I saw Kyle Busch's name with Tyler Reddick because it just seems like one of those matchups that could happen. It's a story. It's a narrative. It's looking at the guy that came out of the 8 and a guy that is now in Toyota coming from the 8. It's the tale as old as time, you know. The guy leaves one, the new guy comes in, and it's just, history in a ball. But yeah, shout out to Caesars. I am Garage Guy Caesar, and I approve this message. This has been Chase for the Cup. Thanks for watching.
Well, there you have it. That is Chase for the Cup with the Garage Guy. Interesting. Big on Toyota, huh? Big on Toyota. You know, I will say, I think the Noah Gragson top 10, way overpriced. I think it's so overpriced at plus 300. But I did consider the 66 to 1 for a sprinkle. I really did think about it. Think about Talladega. He was there in the waning laps. And then, you know, just inexperience caused Ross Chastain to get inside of him, and then that wreck happened. So, which I don't think Ross did anything wrong. I think Ross had a spot. Gragson left himself kind of vulnerable in the middle, and then boom. But he was there at the end. And when you're Noah Gragson, maybe even if you're Eric Jones, you just don't have race cars that can win on normal racetracks this year. It's just not going to happen with Chevy. They've cut them off. Chevy's giving them nothing because they know they're going to Toyota next year. So this program has suffered exponentially. This is the one chance here in Daytona, the two chances where it can be the equalizer for guys like Noah Gragson. 66 to 1, Eric Jones, always sitting at 35, 40 to 1. These guys are going to be balls to the wall, boom or bust. So that made me consider Noah Gragson 66 to 1, and I'm still thinking about it as my tiniest outright of the weekend. But that was Chase for the Cup with Garage Guy Chase. Now it's to the fun part, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the parlay segment. We've already seen Trevor's. Discord Trevor's in here. Gave a great parlay to start us off. I thought that was a really, really strong, solid parlay. You see the Tan Heart Triple Crown on the bottom of your screen. Look, I'm not going to say I'm betting on Zane straight up, but I will ride the parlay again. I am going to parlay Zane Smith to win with a Sheldon Creed top 3 because I'm prepared for the heartbreak, and then a Justin Haley top 5, a $100 bet on BetMGM would win at $12,100. I love this parlay. I'm all in. And I want to see what you have. I want to know what's going to be the Dalescenter Community Parlay of the weekend. It is a phenomenal time to make a parlay, ladies and gentlemen. There's no other sports on. I mean, come on. In Major League Baseball, there's 780 million games. It's not even a sport anymore when they play that much. We know this is a fact. I'm a fact guy only. We all know this. NASCAR, you know, Formula One is a sport. It's just a very shitty one. But, you know, Netflix, it's Netflix, right? It's not really a sport, I guess. It's more just entertainment. It's drama. It's Netflix. But you can take Netflix and parlay it with NASCAR. Do it. Parlay Netflix with NASCAR. Parlay all 3 series. Give me. And if you really want to parlay baseball, I will allow it on the program. I will allow if you want to. But let's keep it motorsports. Let's not get too crazy. But give me your favorite parlays of the weekend to go head-to-head with my Tan Heart Triple Crown over on BetMGM, ladies and gentlemen. Gragson, IDK, man. Yeah, look, like I said, Charles Gragson, boom or bust. Coming to Michigan with the Barstool Boys next month? Probably not. That's a hike. That one is a hike. Any other Toyotas besides Bubba? If you're interested in Toyota, Chase was the guy to watch because he's all in on Toyota, apparently. I'm just on Bubba, at least for now. I just think he's severely underpriced. Ace is going with Corey LaJoie this weekend. Andrew says Hamlin should be in prison. Yeah. Neil says, I know Chase's segment is pre-recorded now, but I'd like to know where those glasses can be acquired. Oh, yeah. It's always been pre-recorded. I didn't even know that was a question. I guess that's how good the program is here in Dalescenter. It's always pre-recorded. That's how good the editing skills are of yours truly, I guess. Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta are all different. Certain drivers are good at every super speedway race. What was that on? Human, I'm not sure. What are you talking about? What was what on? All right, here we go. Parlay time. Scott Heim top 5, Haley top 5 in Xfinity, Bubba top Toyota. $100 would win $3,000. Like it. I definitely like it. Kyle Benter has Matty D top 5, Haley top 10 in Cup, Klickerman top 5 at Caesars. $100 would net $47.45. Ooh, that's a good one too. But you know what, Kyle? I can't rely on Matty D for too much, right? If I'm gonna play the outright, I can't let Matty D kill my weekend, right? I think that's how we gotta look at Matt DiBenedetto in a sense of don't put the 401k on this guy. Don't let all your fun be drained out on Saturday morning if he breaks a suspension or blows a rear gear, you know. Taco Todd has Bubba top 5, Barry top 5, Rogers top 5. $100 bet on that would win $237,000. That's frisky. I'm not going to put Will Rogers in my parlay, though, because I can play, you know, pennies on the dollar on Will Rogers, and if he loses, I don't care. If he wins, gets the top 5, spectacular. But I don't want to double down with a parlay, too. Same kind of deal. I don't want my parlay to die that early in the day. Trucks, all right, Charles has Zane Smith to win, Xfinity, Austin Hill top 3, and then Cup, LaJoy top 5. That's crazy. That's exactly the same price as what Scott put for his parlay. How about that? Just a hair north of 30-1 on that one. You know, look, I've already got the Zane Smith win in my parlay, so I don't want it in another one. Because we did that at Nashville a couple weeks ago, and he finished second, and it, you know, just what I'm preaching. He shot down the parlay before the weekend even started. So I'm probably not going to pick a parlay that involves a Zane win. Probably not going to pick one that involves a Zane Smith win because I've already got mine. I've already got mine in there. But I do like the Justin Haley Xfinity action a lot. I do like that one a lot. You guys keep them coming. Keep them coming. I need parlays. Remember, you get shouted out right here. And also, shout out to Hooters. The Dalescenter Community Parlay is waiting for you. We still have not had a parlay hit from you guys. Where are the winners? I want the winners. It's been like 20 weeks into the season. I need the winners from you guys. It's about time. I've been waiting. Been waiting. I need a Dalescenter Community Parlay. You see it on the bottom of the screen. It's calling your name right now. We need this, okay? I've hit 2. And I've lost about 20. But that's 2 more than what you guys have done. And I need you to step up. This weekend is an amazing weekend to nail a parlay. And while we're, let's see, I want to check BetMGM real quick. I want to see if BetMGM will drop manufacturer odds for drivers, not like the, you know, Toyota, Chevy, Ford, who wins the race. Like manufacturer of winning car. We already see that. I don't want that. Nope, still have not dropped them. Damn. Because BetMGM usually gives us a lot on manufacturer odds. They give us a lot more value than these other books. And they are still not out. Trying to see if anybody else sent a parlay. Man, I really like Trevor's, dude. Trevor's been calling that one out. He almost hit an 11-legger last week or 2 weeks ago. Eck is top 5, Moffitt top 5, Almirola top 10. Yeah, guys. Look, I got to hop on the sim rig here soon, all right? So I need some parlays ASAP so I can get into my top plays and get you guys the winning bets. After you give me a winning parlay, I might have to go with Trevor here if I don't see a parlay in like 5 minutes. It's desperation time, all right? I'm feeling desperate to get on the sim rig and be the greatest iRacer in the universe. See, no one does what I do. You go from being the greatest NASCAR bettor in the universe, and then 10 seconds later, I'm the greatest iRacer in the universe. It's pretty amazing. You know, you got to give me some credit there. Miss Taco Todd, Corey Heim top 5, Chandler Smith top 5, Bubba Wallace top 5. $100 bet would win a little north of $4,200. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good parlay. We've seen Colleague perform at the super speedways, right? I like that one. Scott has Eckes top 5, Parker top 5, Ford to win the Cup race. $100 would win $2,100. Oh, I hate manufacturer bets. Like, I hate the winning manufacturer bets. I hate them. I won't do them. I can't stand them. Because, like, last week, it felt like there was no reason why Toyota should not have won that race. And they all just took themselves out. They had some bad luck with NASCAR calling the race short. But, man, like, that, you know, and SVG is a beast, right? But I don't think anybody was going to beat Christopher Bell if all those crazy circumstances don't happen. So that's why I hate those kind of bets, because I'm paying $100 to win $150 or $180, and it's just not a big enough payout for me with all the upside down shit that keeps happening in NASCAR. All right, we got 2 minutes, and I'm calling on the parlay segment. Think I'm going to go with, which real quick, I'll show you guys the Tanhart Triple Crown one more time. I mean, I've been googly-eyed on the one that Trevor sent since he sent that at the beginning of the program. I really like the one that Mr. Taco Todd sent, too. Corey Heim, top 5. Chandler Smith, top 5. Bubba Wallace, top 5. Man, that's a good one, too. Okay, Scott says swap out the Ford to win and replace it with Almirola top 10, and it's 24-23. That's a good parlay. And I've been thinking about Almirola. I didn't really mention him earlier, but I think you can grab him like 11-1, 12-1 top Ford. I kind of like that bet. What if we did, from now on, what if we did a vote? Like, I picked the best 3 parlays and we do a vote. That'd be a good idea. Do like a poll in the chat, like pick what parlay you like the best, and that would be the community parlay. Why have I not thought about that yet? How do I do a poll? Can I do a poll is a question. Okay, hold on. We're going to figure this out. Real quick, boys. Dalescenter, boom, going to YouTube. There it is. There's me. Hello. Poll. Let's see. Yes. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, we're going to vote on the Dalescenter Community Parlay. Ask a question. Oh, wait. Here we go. I just have to type these in. Okay. Is it going to be confusing? Eckes top 5. Parker top 5. Almirola top 10. Ah, damn it. I'm going to have to shorten this a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to narrow it down to 3. Okay, hold on. We got a couple more. Carlos Sainz, top 3. Ankrum, top 3. Justin Haley, top 5. Ooh, man. $100 was 21 grand. Don't know enough about the British Grand Prix this weekend, and Ankrum is one of those guys that you don't want. You don't trust Tyler Ankrum, right? He hasn't done enough for me to trust him. You don't want him to blow the parlay open Saturday morning, right? Wake up with trucks, parlay dies. I don't want that. Tyler Ankrum is a parlay buster. He's a bet buster in the worst way possible. Bubba top 5, Gibbs top 3, Zane win on DK. I'm just Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs is what scares me. Okay, should we do top 2? You want to do top 2 votes? Oh, take the 2 best parlays. All right, let me go do Trevor's. I really like Trevor's, and I'll do Miss Taco Todd's. And I'll take 2. Yeah, we need to get a winner, so I'm fine with taking 2 to try to give us a better shot here. Where is it? All right, Eckes top 5. I really need a moderator to do this for me. I'm not gonna lie. Eckes top 5. Moffitt top 5. It seems like everybody's on Eckes this weekend, huh? A lot of people like Eckes in the truck race. Wait, so I just realized this is the same parlay, except it's Parker instead of Moffitt. And then Miss Taco Todd, I like that parlay. Where is it? Miss Taco Todd has Heim top 5. Heim top 5. C. Smith top 5. And Bubba top 5. All right, there you go. Here's the poll. We're picking 2 parlays. The 2 highest voted parlays are going to go. All right, let's get it. There it is. You see the poll? Let's pick. We're picking a Dalescenter community parlay, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on this program. I know what I'm going to pick is my favorite. Oh, I got to do it here? Okay, let's see. I want... Oh, I can't vote. Shit. All right, that's fine. No problem. Won't let me vote from Streamlabs. It ain't no problem. All right. The only problem is it's like blocking my chat. How do I get it out of the way? It's literally blocking my chat right now. Hold on. I'll have to look at the chat box. Oh, what's up, Derek? Dale, long-time listener, first-time caller. Favorite market to bet outright, besides outright, at super speedways? Oh, man. It's got to be manufacturer bets or stage bets. And that's something I feel like I do every week, but, dude, it's really, really fun splitting the race into more races, right? Like, one of my favorite plays is going to be a top Toyota bet. And now it's like, now I have a race of just 6 guys. I have a race of just the Toyotas. You know, I think manufacturer bets are really fun, but they're bait. And, I'll be honest. I fall for that bait all the time on manufacturer bets. They are just simply too fun. My stage bets are usually pretty good. My stage bets have been good in 2023. But manufacturer bets, when you split the race into more races, that makes it really fun. Not like head-to-heads I don't think head-to-heads give me that fun when it's just 1v1, right? I don't get that level of satisfaction, and I'm just scared that one guy is going to blow up. But with manufacturer bets, with stage bets, I'm splitting the race into more races. And I think that is what is so good for the fans and for bettors who want to get involved in NASCAR. The race within the race. Stage bets is the answer. There you go. Yeah, I'm with you. Parlay poll. Oh, man, you know what? I was thinking about giving my qualifying bets that I'm leaning towards. I just know I'm going to fucking lose. It's pointless. I know I'm going to lose my qualifying bets. No matter how good they are, they're going to qualify 2nd through 7th. I just know it. So don't listen to me. If you see me tomorrow or the next day, decide, here's my qualifying bets, do not tail them. Don't do it. Do not do it. It's a sacrifice to my own self. I'm prepared for heartbreak every single time. All right, should I end this poll? Let's see what we got. We're ending the poll. I don't know how many votes there were. All right, here we go. All right, the 2 parlays we're going with. Heim, C. Smith, and Bubba. Miss Taco Todd. And then Eckes top 5, Parker top 5, Eric top 10. That is Scott, the Broccoli Wad Master. So there you go. There's a Dalescenter community parlay. Breaking. We made history tonight. We did our first poll. We need to do these more often. That was a good idea. Very good idea. You see it down there. That's it. That's what it's going to be. So now, let's get into the Dalescenter top plays. Oh, I'm excited for parlays, dude. I got more coming, too. No doubt. I'm going to go make a few more. It's a big weekend for a big jackpot. You heard it here first. Let's get into the Dalescenter top plays. Dalescenter top play number 5. Talked about it already. Going to reiterate it one more time. Yes, I'm leaving the wall of Dale blank. I don't want any good juju, any bad juju upon anybody. We're not doing any superstitious bullshit for the super speedway race except putting Daniel Hemrick in prison. Austin Cindric's dead to Dale. And Ross Chastain is if Dale Earnhardt and Brad Keselowski had a child. But Justin Haley is top play number 5 for the Cup Series. 50-1 to win. You can grab on Barstool. you can grab on BetMGM. Specifically, the top 5 bet is what I really like on BetMGM. When you compare to other books, you're looking at plus 550. You're looking at plus 650. BetMGM giving us a little bit more value on their book at 9-1 for a top 5. Love it. Underrated super speedway racer. The guy is he's gonna break out and he's gonna win one of these, and you're gonna be like, damn, I should have bet it. It's gonna happen sooner rather than later. He almost won the Chicago Street Course, as we talked about earlier. No one saw that coming. So I love Justin Haley this weekend. If you can get that 9-1 bet, get it right now. I don't think it'll last. So give me Justin Haley, Dalescenter top play number 5. Dalescenter top play number 4, go back to the basics. We talked about him earlier. He's Brad Keselowski. He is one of the greatest super speedway talents of our generation and of the history of NASCAR. He should have won this race in the spring, but he had to fuck me over and give the win to Joey Logano. You know he's still thinking about that heading into this weekend. It's been a long drought for Big Daddy Brad K. I got 14-1. This line has had some movement. Most books is down to 12-1, 13-1. Hell, I think I even saw 10-1 somewhere. Get the 14-1 over on Caesars Sportsbook. I hope it's still there. Before I started this program, it was. Grab 14-1. Hell, 13-1 is fine over on Barstool as well. Take Brad K while you can. He's also been good at qualifying. Qualified up in the top 5 here. There's a chance if he qualifies really well, you'll lose this 14-1, 13-1 value. Now he's the co-favorite. So Brad Keselowski will win this race. Maybe. Dalescenter top play number 3. This is the interesting one, right? The Xfinity Series. We had a lot of heartbreak on Parker Kligerman in the spring Atlanta race. Had such a good run. Was so dominant. Gave Austin Hill a run for his money. But Parker Kligerman, Sam Mayer, Brett Moffitt, and Riley Herbst. Take all 4 of these guys for a top 3. There's a chance this could be your entire card. If you're worried about Austin Hill winning again, just play these 4 guys for a top 3, right? Play your units where you put a unit and a half, or let's just say a unit on Kligerman, a unit on Mayer, a unit on Riley Herbst, and then a half unit on Brett Moffitt. If one of these guys gets a top 3, you will profit if you play your units that way. I might go a little bit deeper in this because I feel really confident that all 4 of these guys have a great shot to run up front and compete for the win. We saw all 4 of these guys, really except Sam Mayer, compete for the win in the spring. And Barstool has given us plus 575 on guys that were literally in the running to win this race in the spring and guys that have been good at super speedway races in general. And, of course, my eye in particular is on Parker Kligerman. I am going to bet the 20-1, but this caught my eye because if you look at Caesars, these guys are all at like plus 500, right? DraftKings doesn't even have it, I don't think. Maybe they do, but they're not as good. They're not as nicely priced as they are on Barstool Sportsbook. Plus 575 for all 3 of these guys. Then you throw in Moffitt at plus 1,100. I think this right here could be your entire Xfinity Series card on Saturday. And if one of them gets a top 3, you play your units right, you'll profit. That is my prediction. I love this. I'm telling you to bet all 4 of them. All 4. It could be your whole card. And you walk away on Saturday night with a profit. Dalescenter top play number 2. Also, reiterating this, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, I talked about. I've already got the outright. I'm going to bet the top Toyota. But my deal is, as I said earlier, just a short time ago, I'm kind of waiting on BetMGM to see if they're going to release more driver manufacturer odds because typically they give us better value on the manufacturer odds. From everything I've seen, everything I've bet through the course of 2023, they give better value a lot of the time. So I like the plus 550 for Bubba top Toyota, which you can get over on Barstool Sportsbook. But I kind of want to hold out a little bit longer and see what BetMGM gives us. Because, look, Bubba, out of all the Toyotas, I don't think there's anybody right now in their career that's better in this style of racing than Bubba Wallace. Out of this entire Toyota fleet. Denny Hamlin obviously has been a legendary super speedway racer, but if you've been following Garage Guys, if you've been following me, once you hit the age of 40, there's an instant fall off in your performance at super speedways. And ever since Denny Hamlin turned 40, he has not won another super speedway style race. I don't know what it is. It's purely just a trend and a statistic that has been pretty rock solid dating back to the year 2000. If you want to know more about that, DM me, ask me in the Discord, because I have the stats in a book somewhere, and it blew my mind last year, and it has remained true when it comes to super speedway racing. That is why I'll constantly fade Denny Hamlin until he wins. Until he wins it and proves us wrong, I'm not going to bet on Denny to win one of these races. But to get back to the main subject here, Bubba Wallace, top Toyota, for him to be the last ranked Toyota out of all these guys, crazy. He's one of the best super speedway racers, not just in the Toyota fleet, but in the entire field. Give me Bubba, top Toyota, but let's wait on BetMGM to see what they offer before you take the plus 550. And Dalescenter top play number 1. Corey Heim over Ty Majeski. This is, I feel like, the one thing I didn't really hint at throughout the entire show. Got a unit and a half on this. I like Corey Heim to beat Ty Majeski. Corey Heim was really, really strong here in the Kyle Busch truck before he had some issues. He was also good at COTA. I know Ty Majeski was also good at COTA. But I think if you can find Corey Heim as the underdog, which in this situation, he is the dog over on Caesar Sportsbook, I like Corey Heim better. ThorSport kind of struggled here in 2022. They were pretty good at COTA. Like I said, Ben Rhodes was good before blowing up in the last lap or running out of gas. Ty Majeski had a great run. COTA is a massively different road course than Mid-Ohio. Massively different. I'm going to take Corey Heim, who was much better last year in this race before having issues, than Ty Majeski. And honestly, Ty Majeski's like cursed right now, man. Like, I hate the juju around him. I hate it. We've been waiting on him to win. I've bet on him multiple times at tracks that he should have won at. Tracks where you feel like he's had a top 3 truck. Hadn't gotten it done. I like the momentum with Corey Heim as well as he's run throughout 2023. Love this play. A unit and a half play. Maybe a 2-unit play on Corey Heim as the underdog to Ty Majeski. Give me Heim all day for the Dalescenter number 1 top play of the weekend. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a great episode of Dalescenter. I appreciate you guys being here. Garage Guy Chase with Chase for the Cup. Be sure to check out everything he's got going on. And, of course, my overlays aren't there. That's fine. You know where to find us here. Garage Guys on YouTube. Garage Guys on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Dale Tanhart on all the same platforms. And now we get to add Threads to that list. Got to get the PNG ready. We're going on fucking Threads now. I'm exhausted from social media. I really am. So yes, you know where to follow me. You can always go back and watch this. It's here all the time, here on YouTube. Great program. The most interactive betting live stream in the history of the universe. The most interactive betting program to ever exist in the motorsports world is right here on Dalescenter. Look, last thing I'm going to say, I don't know why all these guys are so scared to come on Dalescenter and talk F1 bets. I don't get it. I think they're angry. They're just angry people, and they hate me because I make fun of it so much. But I'm boosting their platform by having them on Dalescenter. Like, I'm actually doing them a favor if they want to come talk Netflix bets. So tell your friends, if you got someone you know that's a Formula One betting expert, has some kind of resume, I'm always willing to have it on the program. All right? I am. I want Netflix bets on here. I do. I really do. But I think the community fucking hates me. And it is hilarious. I have to admit. I got to deal with it. I got to live with it. It's funny as shit. But I would like to have it on the program. Just know that. I tried. I have tried. And that's where I'll leave you guys. We're not worried about Netflix, not a sport racing, over there. Dramatic, Brad Pitt, severely non-motorsport event. They complain about being intimidated. It's crazy. It's hilarious. Anyway, not a sport racing. That's Netflix, British Grand Prix. We're focused on NASCAR, and I hope everybody has a massively profitable weekend. We're going to hit parlays. We're going to hit trucks. We're going to hit Xfinity. We're going to hit Cup. It's been a shitty year for yours truly, and I feel damn good about this weekend. It is time to get back into the winning column. Book it this weekend at the ATL and Mid-Ohio. Big things to come, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, guys. You want more? I'm going live on TikTok and Kick.com. We're doing some fucking iRacing. We're getting the winning mojo back to propel us into the weekend. I'll see you over there.